This conversation is all about improving navigation and response with real-time tools for emergency crews. And I've got two directors from Safety Consulting Technology here with me today. I've got Dennis Coppens and Onno Stumphius. Lovely to have you both here.
Thank you.
So, Onno, to start with, perhaps could you tell us a bit about safety consulting and technology and some of the challenges that you're helping the emergency services tackle?
Yes, to keep it short, we for over 25 years now, we specialize in helping the emergency services with technology to be able to be even more effective and efficient than they already are. And we do that by combining three areas of expertise. First of all, of course, our software team, consisting of architects, engineers, and designers that build our innovative software. Secondly, we have a team of control room consultants. They know everything about the control room, the processes, but also about the software systems. And we integrate our software with those control room systems. And third, and I think that this might be the most important one, a lot of our employees have a background in the emergency services, and quite a bit of them still work as a volunteer for the emergency services. So they know what you can and what you cannot do when driving full speed to an incident. What information do you need, but what is possible when driving at a certain speed to have the right information projected at the right time.
So you're showcasing three key solutions right now. So that's Safety Nav, Safety Maps, Next Gen, and Dynamic Alarming. So can you talk us through how each of these supports crews on the ground?
Yes, we can. They have one thing in common, as they are all integrated with the control room system. When we go to the navigation system, it's what we call a no-touch system. So the route to the incident is already projected on the screen. You don't need to use your hands. And when the coordinates change, it will also automatically do so. And it sets itself apart from normal navigation because you can make use of bus lanes. You can change the specs of the roads. It's integrated with early warning systems, so the other road users are informed. It's integrated with intelligent traffic lights. When possible, you can make use of bus lanes. You can go against the traffic on the last couple of meters, when that saves some minutes to be at a high priority incident. Dynamic alarming, that's one of the other solutions we are showcasing here. That basically looks at all available vehicles. So not only the vehicles at the stations, but also vehicles that are on a training exercise somewhere. And when an incident happens in the area, why not use those vehicles and those people, professionals around it. When, for example, a vehicle comes back from a false alarm, it's equipped. And when there's an incident in that area, please use that vehicle. You save a lot of time. And it goes even further. For example, when there's an ambulance going to a soccer field because someone has a broken ankle or broken leg, of course that person needs help. But when in the area where the ambulance is driving is a cardiac attack, take that car and alarm another ambulance to go to the soccer field because in that way we could be able to save lives. The third application is called Safety Maps Next Gen. And that's all about information about the incident. So it's more for the commander. It's used when the incident starts. Also, this is projected on the screen already to inform yourself and your crew about the incident location. So the event or the building. So let's take an example that there's a fire in a building. Then you can look around where the fire hydrants are. You can look around via street view. To get yourself comfortable with the surroundings. You can see where the entrance of the building is. But also when driving to that incident, it's important to know if this is an isolated environment, so no neighbors. But if the same fire and the neighboring building is a childcare or an elderly home, it's very important to know because you might have to start with evacuating the next door building. So it's all about preparing in those first few minutes to the incident. And when you're at the incident, then it gets more a net-centric application. So when more vehicles need to assist, you can see the ATA of the upcoming vehicles. You can share pictures, live video streams of cameras on persons, on drones, on fire trucks. Um, you can plot a position on the map where the next vehicle should position, and the vehicle that's approaching can see that. It's also again connected with the navigation, so they push on it and will be automatically navigated to the location where the commander of the first vehicle wants you to position. So quite a long story, but that's what we are showcasing here.
Wow. And Dennis, so navigation and vehicle deployment, they can make such a difference to response times. How do your tools help crews get to incidents faster, safer, and better informed?
Yeah, so as Onno already said, it's faster because the incident we are trying to get the correct ambulance or the correct fire truck directly from our dynamic alarming system. And within the same system we are using the navigation and we are using the same map material. And as Onno already explained, we can use almost every road that is possible to drive with your emergency vehicle. Normal navigation and public navigation tries to ignore them, and we can use them. That's why it's faster. The second one is why it's what did you say?
Safer.
Safer. Safer. It's no touch. Like the navigation is no touch, so you don't need to put in your address, and you can also stay focused on the road and on the navigation. And the other one is, sorry again.
Better informed.
Yeah, better informed. Yeah, sorry, it's a lot of information. Is that it's constantly is updating the information in the safety maps, so you get a reliable picture of where you are going to and what the picture is at the site. So you're better informed with our applications.
And you designed your systems to be platform independent.
Yeah.
So why does that type of flexibility matter in a sector like this?
Yeah, so of course we want to have the customers that they have their own needs. So they want to have it on Apple or on Android, on Windows, or on Linux. And so we can add our software on their current installed devices. That's one of the parts that we're focusing on. But they can also change during our. They have the same navigation, but they can change from Android to Apple or to Windows without paying or finding a new navigation solution. So they can switch hardware without any problems. The third point is we got a little bit. The politics in the world is a little bit changing. So sometimes the emergency service don't want to use anything from China or even now from the USA. So they can use European built or UK built hardware and install our navigation on it. And we even have customers that do bring your own device. So sometimes somebody has an Android telephone or an Apple telephone, and our navigation or our safety maps is working on all the 3 platforms or all the 4 platforms that we have. So.
And Onno, with cities getting harder to navigate, how are you seeing the need for specialist navigation tools changing?
Yeah, well, this is actually a main driver why emergency services should use special navigation. Because when you look at cities nowadays, you have the environmental zones, you have a lot of more pedestrian areas where buses, trams, bicycles, taxis can go, but we with our own cars are not allowed to go there. But still there are a lot of people and a lot of incidents, so you need to get there fast. And that is where our special navigation enables to go there as fast as possible. And the University of Frankfurt lately did a study, and they discovered that the difference between special navigation and standard navigation per incident is between 2.5 and 5 minutes faster when you use this navigation. So, and we all know cities are getting much more difficult to go to.
And Dennis, you're looking at making better use of vehicle screens instead of tablets. What sort of difference does that make for crews that are on the move?
Yeah, and so currently most of our customers are working with a tablet mounted on the dashboard, and they are asking all to get it inside the screen of the new vehicles. And there are 2 reasons to do that. There are stories about insurance. So if you have a hardware mounted on your dashboard and you get an incident with your emergency vehicle, and you have injury because of the extra information, the devices are mounted on your dashboard. So that is getting a little bit difficult. And now in Europe, but maybe also in the UK, laws are going to prohibit that you are installing extra information, extra devices on your dashboard. And they want to have the clean desktop that you have on your desktop at home. They also want to have inside the vehicles. But for the drivers, it doesn't change anything because we have exactly the same navigation from the tablet on the internal screen.
And looking more broadly at data, how do you see real-time information like from control rooms and on the ground shaping the future of emergency response?
Yeah, so there is a lot of information available, and it's now on separate screens or separate apps. But incidents are now getting bigger and longer, so there is more need to have the information together in one screen. And safety maps and also safety nav is helping to get information on the same screen to get directly the same information for every vehicle that is responding to the same incident on screen. And of course, we are investigating also the possibility of artificial intelligence to make summarizes of the information that you are getting, because sometimes it's just information in all small pieces, and AI can help us to make one story for the information together. That's how we work with the data.
And when it comes to budgets, Onno, so
Yes, very important.
yeah, budgets and resources, they're tight across the sector, but how can the right technology help services work more efficiently,
Yes.
even without extra people or extra vehicles?
Yes, because that would be the simple answer if you look at it. Yeah, because everyone senses the pressure of being on time at incidents. But let's take an ambulance as an example, where you just one extra ambulance 24/7. So you need people and professionals as well. Depending per country in Europe, it's about 1.5 to 2 million pounds per year. So most organizations don't have that money. But even if you do have the money, where do you find the professionals? So why not just spend a fraction of that amount to technology that can assist emergency services to be faster, safer, and better informed. And that's basically why we are in this business. And there are even customers that went a step further. They are faster, safer, and better informed at incidents, and they have to use less vehicles due to the technology.
And Dennis, looking ahead, what is next for the business?
Yeah, so next in business is also focusing still on the Netherlands, so that it's our main base, because our applications are not ready yet. So they are ready to use, but there is still a progress to be done. There are a lot of wishes, there are innovations with the artificial intelligence example. And we are also focusing we are also busy in the markets in Denmark and in Belgium. And also why we are here, we are trying to get more known in the UK. And so we are trying to get more known in the other countries. The second part is that we are building a new map data. It's called the TomTom Orbis map data. And that is something that is combining two strengths. So it's the data from TomTom, but it's using the OpenStreetMap data for the roads. It's getting more complete, and it's getting also more accurate to navigate the cities. So that's a big challenge for us to make it implement in our navigation, but also in the other applications to use it. And the last one is that we are looking for partners. We already have some partners in the Netherlands. We even have like Fire Service Roda that is already present in the UK. But in the Netherlands, we are now partnering with a company that is called TimeLab, and it has a special dynamic alarming system, AI-based alarming system for ambulances. What Onno already explained, they are not getting the fastest ambulance, but they are getting the best ambulance for minor incidents. And we are working with them together, so with our navigation, with our map data, and internally they are using our map data with all our changes, the bus lanes, inside that seconds application. So that is how we work.
And Onno, I guess finally, what message would you like to leave emergency service leaders with from this conversation?
Yes. Well, I do not think that there are emergency service leaders that are not interested in saving a lot of time being fast with incidents. When you only discussed the navigation can save up to 2.5 or 5 minutes. With dynamic alarming and better informed, you can make an enormous impact. I cannot imagine that they are not interested in that. And even when it's a proven solution that has proved itself in quite a number of European countries. But we always say that we should never forget that the people that make the real impact are the emergency services themselves. So the people in the control room, the people in the vehicles that save lives every day. And we are just proud to be able to deliver some technology that help them to make an even bigger impact than they already do.
Onno, Dennis, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.